I'm
friend.
oblivious
And
to
I was
it,
like,
so.
who can, like, I can't handle, like, what girl can handle dating you? Like, I would.
It can be problematic.
C1P with the mushroom vibes. Sprinkling trouble, he's got that twinkle in his eyes. C1P bringing joy to our lives with his antics and adventures we can't deny.
Once we're done leaving, once we're done filming, I think I should exit
type
my
of-
own studio, and you two can do whatever the fuck you want.
I don't post those type of pictures
Jesus
anymore.
Christ.
Or
Jeff has,
whatever.
All right.
All right.
Welcome to C1P, your local legend podcast, the #1 art podcast in the world. I'm your host, HOVAK, with the legendary.
Big Sheldon Bailey, a.k.a. the Juggernaut, in the building.
Yes, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You and I have been friends for
A long time. Probably like a decade. Are we 10 years deep?
maybe, I don't know.
But
But definitely something got like blurred
it's been
out.
a while.
Yeah,
it
like
was
COVID.
pre-COVID for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID, things got blurred out, and then we
Yeah.
sort of like forgot about what we.
You know what? It's because I was at Game Shakers and you were at the other brand. So I think probably like 2018, like 2017, 2018. I think I met you.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we've done like so many cool things at the time. I remember when I first met you. Oh my god! So I worked at a apparel company, and I was a creative director. And then we worked with a PR company, and we had like all these like cool celebrities and people come in for the red carpet, and like that's how we met.
It was a cool space that y'all had over there at Lanouche. It was like a factory / like event space or whatever. And your name is actually still saved in my phone as that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Time to change it to
Yeah, it's like
HOVAK.
Z.
Like the vibration needs to level up. I definitely like quantum jump.
Nah, because sometimes I definitely think of you. I say Z HOVAK, and sometimes like, I type in my phone like about like it's like it doesn't come up. Oh, it's like it's the other brand.
That's so crazy.
I'll change it after this.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna hold you accountable. Like I'm gonna
Okay.
stand on top of you. And when I met you, I remember like after like we reconnected during like the NFT time, like
Yes.
right past COVID.
Yes.
We were gonna work on some like NFT projects, but like
Yeah.
during that time, you were working on like. Okay, I don't know if I could say this.
You
Like,
can
I'm gonna
say it.
try to be like humble about it. But you were working with like LeBron.
Yeah, I think we were kind of because we did Space Jam 2. So around that time, like 2019 was Space Jam 2 era, and so yeah, we did that movie. Obviously, it's like one of the biggest movies in the world, one of the biggest projects that I ever worked on. Shout out to Warner Brothers.
That was huge. That's the reason I brought this up, like, is because, like, I remember, like, I met you and you were doing such cool things, and in, like, such short period of time, like, you got your, like, massive, like, opportunity, and it was, like, so cool to see. But the best part about all of this is that during all of this that I've known you, you have been the same absolute soul. Like, nothing about you has changed as a human being, and this is why, like, I'm so obsessed with you. Not only as like a talent and a star, but also as like just a great ass human.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's one of the things that, I appreciate. I really do appreciate that, and I like that people look at me like that. And at the same time, too, like I'm very driven to achieve even more. So as I continue to check things off at the box, but at the same time, I don't feel like I'm where I really want to be. I don't know that my talent across the board is really recognized or appreciated for the things that I have done. Like when I rattle off my resume or, like working on like a marketing deck right now, I'm like, yo, I did all this stuff. And it's like still people don't really get it. And so, I feel like I'm a bit of a maverick, you know what I mean? Like kind of a dark horse. It's kind of came from a different type of lane. I didn't follow the traditional path through a lot of this stuff, to be honest with you. So my personal drive and then also just not really not being satisfied, and then not really getting the recognition I really feel like I deserve just helps keep me a bit more even keel. And then also I'm very big on giving back and staying connected with real people, for real, because I come across different celebrities and different people sometimes who have giant egos and attitudes, and it's a big turnoff. And I never wanted to be like that.
Yeah, and that's why like I really respect you. Like I grew up in LA. I've been around so many people. I've partied with every A-lister. I worked in the movie industry for about 7 years, even pre Lanouche, pre art. And so like I definitely think, but I really do believe like I believe in divinity, and I believe in like perfect timing.
Yeah.
And I believe like your time is gonna come like at the perfect time. I mean,
Thank
like
you.
you're super professional, you're amazing, you've done so many things, and honestly, like I don't think you're not recognized. Like I still like every time I see you, I still get a little bit like I see you as like a big celebrity. Like I still get a little bit of like, okay, I gotta have my like A game and a little bit.
I appreciate that. You know, I get these compliments from people, all types of people, you know, that are friends or that follow me. I have no idea like how many messages, and I talk to people like, you're killing it. But for me, inside, like, I don't really feel that way. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm satisfied. I don't feel like I got to like a particular point. Now, there are certain accomplishments that I have, and I'm like, nice, that's what's up. Like, all right, cool, we getting there. We starting to cook. But then at the same time, like you had these down periods, and so when I was like, yo, it makes you question like where you at? Why are you doing this? Why is it a down period right now? I should be lit right now. I should be like, you know what I mean? So those type of times, whatever helped definitely keep me a little bit like more even kill
Yeah.
and chill, and never like really like with the big head, because the thing is like you gotta always find a way to humble you. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But it's also like this balance that I continue to work on in myself, of like really understanding and knowing and appreciating who I am and how I come off to people, versus like what I kind of feel internally is a bit different.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, neurology based, like when you look at all the successful like people in the world, every single person talk to, they never feel satisfied. Like they never feel like they've accomplished, and that is like what the drive is. So like I feel the same way. Like I feel like I'll go back like I remember the exact moment like when I met you at that event. I also met so many other people. So I had worked like 10 years to like achieve this goal of having this brand, and then I'm standing in the middle of like a, you know, like 10-12,000 square foot space. It's like my brand everywhere, and
You were young
And
too. You were pretty young.
and I was
Yeah.
standing there, and like I'm looking around, and I'm in a corporate sort of suit, like, you know, like that's the role I was playing, and I was just empty inside, and felt like I had, like, I remember that day, I was just like not happy. Like I was like, okay, I got here, and then what? Like, how
Yeah.
have I like helped humanity? How like, what is my carbon footprint like? And I had that exact moment graduating college. Like I went to design school, so like I went to my counselor, and I was like, I don't want to walk. I don't want to walk. I don't want to get my diploma, because it was like the 9/11 thing had just happened, and I was like, oh my god, like I this is happening, like I'm graduating with the most shallow degree in the world. I'm not. And he looked at me and he said, and that is why you're gonna be someone that's gonna give back to people, because you are actually questioning yourself. You are. And that's how I resonate with you, is like you've always like kept that humble persona, and then that brain keeps working, and like I don't know, you do so many cool things.
And you know what my main job is as an actor, and in this industry, like I continue to accomplish, you know, thing after thing, but at the same time, like I still feel like I'm in a position, a place I have to constantly prove myself. I think also it's another thing like me being a tall man, me being a tall black man. Like I, have like traditional aesthetics kind of going against me a bit, right? But like when my friends see me, like, oh man, it should be so easy for you. Like, yo, you a tall black dude. Like, yo, you handsome guy. Like, you should just be killing it. And I'm like, yeah, I would think so too.
You are killing it, man. You are
Thank you.
killing it.
But-
You are killing. You're a legend.
Thank you. I to be honest with you, I mean, I have, when I think about my resume, you go on IMDb, like, yo, you could scroll for a little moment and be like, dang, like you did all that. But at the same time, like, I still got to keep proving to the higher ups or whatever. And there's still certain things that I want to do. I want to be an executive producer. I want to be understood and noticed for my writing ability, for my actual real acting ability. This last project I did was amazing because I had like real critics singling me out and writing about me, like major critics highlighting me from a project with Lawrence Fishburne, project with Ed O'Neill, Jackie Weaver, Cleopatra Coleman, and they picking Sheldon Bailey's performance out and writing about me, you know what I mean, in major publications and things like that. And so along the way, I keep getting different like little tidbits. I keep hitting different benchmarks and things like that, and these things that like satisfy things inside of me and also motivate me. Like, keep going, bro. Keep going. Like, nah, I didn't get all the way really where I was, but like, yo, it's better than the last situation. It was like, whatever. I did, okay, Nickelodeon. I did 57 episodes in 3 seasons of Nickelodeon. But it's kind of like, I feel like people don't really still get it. Like, yo, like 57 episodes is a grip. But it's like, yo, it was like, oh, you was on Nickelodeon. Like, that's not real, or that's not like a real thing, or it's not real acting or whatever. I'm like, man, whatever. Like, we got it in.
That's why now we have podcasts and all the stuff, because you reach direct to the people, and like you don't need to. I mean, I like we spoke earlier, like we both fully still respect like the traditional media and like the studios, but at the same time, like that's the cool part about like YouTube and all that stuff. It's like you can show your talent and like reach people directly and like, this is me, and like,
Yeah,
but
for real.
so this is a good point to say, like the reason I started this podcast too is like to give like a good opportunity to legends in my friend group, because I feel
Yeah.
like I hold myself on such high like level of like who is allowed in my circle, and like I call it like the 3 rings. This is like in my head, but like the intimate circle, this outer circle, and then maybe it's like from somewhere I don't know, it's in my subconscious, but
Yeah.
like even the people that are like a little bit on the outer, it's like I have to like, if I communicate with you, like I have to be inspired by you. I have to have you like on a like such a high standard to like sort of be in my circle, and I feel like that's like one of the reasons you're in my circle is like you're a legend, and that's
Thank
why
you.
like I wanted you to be one of the absolute first people to be on the show, because like everything you stand for, everything you are. So what is a local legend to you?
A local legend. I hear this, and as I get older, I hear it even more. Think people call me a legend. Now I'm like an unk. I'm like like Uncle Shell, or like I was big bro, but now I'm like uncle, like OG. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I go play ball, and like guys just like OG, or like every once in a while they call me Pops, and I'm just like, oh, this is terrible. I'm Pops now. So, local legend. Somebody, for me, the term "get it popping," right? You don't know if you know what it means. Get it popping, like somebody to get it popping out of their area. You know what I mean? Out of their environment. Whenever you get it popping, it mean you make something happen. You make something happen out of the place that you were at, right? And so for me, I came up mostly out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Shout out to J. Cole, that's Vietnam, Dennis Smith Jr. as well. Well, all those guys came after me, not to say that they came under me or anything like that. But whenever I came up in Fayetteville, there was no one that had made it in entertainment really that we really knew. Affion Crockett is another person as well. He's a little older than me as well. So I was always inspired to go and make something out of myself from Fayetteville, partially for Fayetteville, North Carolina. And so I think whenever you're able to utilize your environment and be inspired by your environment to go do something that's different and to do something that's inspirational, that people in that local environment respect and appreciate, makes you a local legend. And then sometimes you grow it to somewhere else. And so you become a local legend as your legacy spreads to other places and things like that. But you don't got to leave where you're at to become a local legend. But I think whenever you're actually a local legend, and the greatest local legends, their story starts to spread across the land and things like that. J. Cole went to New York to achieve success in music. I took my talents to Miami and then out here to California in the entertainment industry. And so I'm a local legend back home, but also partly because I continue to connect with where I'm from. I'm continue to connect with the local community over there. You know, whenever I do a project, I'll email the Fayetteville Observer newspaper and be like, hey, you know what I mean? I got this project coming out. I'll go back and talk to the kids at the elementary school. Last year, for the first time, I gave a keynote speech at my high school alma mater, Southview High School. I make sure that I stay connected, and so for me, that makes me even more of a local legend because I achieved certain things there, but I've gone off somewhere else and had success in another major city. But to me, I'm still connected to where I grew up and where I came up. And at this point in time, like, I am continuing to still build my legacy in LA and being a local legend here in Los Angeles. And it's partly not just because of my entertainment success, but because I care about this community.
Yeah.
And I think whenever you can care about the community and you're doing things in the community, it's going to make your legacy and your legendary status like even greater.
Yeah, I remember you did like events in LA pre-COVID too. Like you got a bunch of kids and like we donated some like apparel and like you helped like communities, different communities. And
For sure.
then like last week I came to like a basketball game that you were like a coach at. Like you're constantly like out there like giving back. And so yeah, for sure a legend. And like it's so important like for anyone listening to like I really do agree that like sometimes you have to take yourself out of a certain environment to shine better, like detach yourself from a community, because sometimes as great as communities can be, they can also be one-minded. So like because it's like sort of being in a toxic relationship where you don't realize, but once you like detach yourself from that, you realize, oops, like that was not the best.
Well, some people don't want that. Some people don't want to see you shine. They don't want to see you grow. Or there's jealousy is also real. And when you come from like you've come from certain environments, people don't necessarily always share your vision or see it and believe in it. You know what I mean? Like I had a certain vision for myself at an early age, and I didn't care about what anybody really said or thought about what I was doing. But I had to defriend some guys that I played high school basketball with recently because they became like social media haters. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I like achieved certain success on this, you know, in TV or whatever, and it's just kind of like, well, he wasn't really as good as y'all think he was at basketball when he was younger, which is false. But like, yeah, like, no, X out of here, block. We not block, whatever. You know what I mean? Some guys that I've known since I was like, 6, 7 years old. and like they throwing shade instead of like appreciating. Because for me, I'm always like, yo, I'm representing from where I'm from where we from, and to elevate the whole situation, they don't necessarily really see it like that. And so I'm like, it's cool. I don't need no negativity in my circle anyway.
It's a
So.
powerful place to like let these people go, but sometimes you can't blame people. Like they don't know any better. Like they just don't. Like they're stuck in this bubble, and like they all just like one person could be wrong, but they're friends for so long, and then they second each other's opinion. Like that's what I saw. Like, I mean, I love the community I grew up in. I respect them, blah blah blah. But like very one-minded, very narrow thinking, very judgmental, and they don't want to see life outside of that. But it's like once the person detaches themselves from the community and makes it, it's like, oh, now we're all gonna worship and buy this pot or this apparel or whatever because oh, this person is like one of us, you know. So it's like
Yeah.
it's a fine line, and I think like I don't know. It's important that you shared. I'm excited that you shared that like so openly because like
Yeah.
I think it's like how do you grow from that? How do you let go of that? And it is real, and especially in like I don't know, I'm like I come from like middle class family, so like
Yeah.
when you're in like different level of society, I think you'll have guidance and maybe people around you that will guide you correctly. But when you're in a family setting where your parents are constantly stressed about like paying the bill or working at a job, you don't have role models to tell
Yeah.
you like, no, this kid is okay. Like let him shine, you know? So I think like sadly, like I learned grow like, you know, by educating myself, like surrounding matters so much. Like you
Yeah.
are one of the you are your friends, you are your
Yeah.
community, and it will affect you subconsciously.
Well, that stuff hurt my feelings a bit because a big part of my motivation to make it or to have success was for all of us. Was for all the guys that I came up with. Was for the environment. You know what I mean? To elevate it, to lift it up. And that's why I always stay connected with it. And I celebrate these guys and I appreciate these guys, but it's not really reciprocated. And that does, you know what I mean? Because I was in the trenches with these guys, playing high school basketball and going to school, whatever, just becoming young men. And so it did bother me, like for a bit, you know what I mean, that these people didn't accept it the same way that I presented it or I wanted it to be, or whatever the case may be. And but you know what I mean. Sometimes you just gotta leave people where they at. You know, I'm on my own journey, and you know I'm here to uplift the people that want to be uplifted. I'm here to rock with the people that don't want to rock with me. And if you're not flowing, then it's all good. Like cool, but you know what I mean. Like
Bye, Felicia.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Pardon, pardon. Excuse me. I ain't about to be. I ain't about to be out here doing Instagram rants or Facebook rants or all that. I might give you about 3 comments in it. Blocked. And
We'll keep that on for the podcast to do.
Nah,
That's
for
so
real. Because I think it's a big part of believing in yourself is being able to dismiss the naysayers, to never mind jealousy, not to let that get you down and get you off your hustle. You know what I mean? Like I got more than enough people that are supportive and believe and understand my vision and what I want to do for my hometown and all of that, and also for my local city here in Los Angeles as well. So I don't really trip.
Yeah, I agree. This episode is sponsored by HOVAK Cookies and Bites. I'm excited to officially announce my partnership with Thrill Kicker. We embarked on this incredible journey of bringing vegan cookies and bites to you guys. As an animal lover and an art lover, I love vegan products, and when I tasted them, I had to be part of this journey. Every package has a unique C1P on it. There is an augmented reality QR code on it. They taste incredible. And our manufacturer is a women-owned brand that I'm so excited to also support and be a part of. So they will be available on the link below and will be in a store near you very soon.
Working on now. Well, Clipped is up right now. Clipped is mini series on FX and Hulu. about the LA Clippers and the downfall of their owner, Donald Sterling. It's a story from the 2013-2014 season. It aired in June. We came out June 14th, I think, June 4th, somewhere, anyways, around there. And so, yeah, we still, you know what I mean? Clips is still developing. It's still growing. People are watching it. We have some nice, critical acclaim there. Some good reviews. Some bad reviews a little bit, but mostly good stuff. My performance has definitely like gotten some really nice reviews and had some real good critics. I'm always auditioning consistently. I have a really good agent and manager that makes sure that I do my thing. I filmed a 70s movie not too long ago. This is my first period piece that I've done. And then I did this short film earlier in the year that actually premiered at Tribeca, and it keeps like growing. It keeps going to film festivals and winning awards, and I have no idea where this thing is going to go. And then I am a marketing consultant. I'm a marketing consultant for a few different brands, and I'm really looking to grow that side of my business. I have a very creative mind. I've been really successful with quite a few different activations, events, and just overall just like brand experiences that I've been putting together. And over the last couple of years, like that success has like kind of fueled me to want to go out here and do even more in that space.
I know you do so much like 24/7. This is why I understand your brain. Mr. Bailey,
Yes.
this podcast.
I respect, like, I look at guys like Pharrell. I look at guys like 50 Cent and these multi-hyphenate guys that can do all of these great things. And I completely believe and know that I have a mind and talent on par with these people, and they help keep me inspired to go out here and do great things.
Yeah, I believe in you. Podcast.
Now, manifesting is very interesting. You think about like being a local legend, like you definitely got to manifest and create and build. And then also like I really want to understand like the ultimate ability of being able to manifest, how we go about doing that, and if we are actually, and when we are doing it, because I believe that we can, like that we recognize it and be able to like understand that we are doing that and capitalize and build.
It's transcendental meditation on a subconscious level.
Yep.
It's me laying in bed every morning, like when after I wake up, I just lay there, close my eyes, and I just visualize. It's what Kobe did.
He did.
Kobe was the biggest
Kobe told us that.
Yeah.
In camp.
Yeah.
We were at Adidas camp, and Kobe told us that. And I was sitting there in the audience because it was a conference room in the hotel. We were at Adidas ABCD camp, sponsored by Adidas. It was the All-American basketball camp. It was the premier one in the country. Kobe came there. I remember being outside, and it was one of those moments. I'm outside because you walk from the hotel to where the gym is, and Kobe pulled up in the limo, and he hopped out. He had a sweatsuit on. Vanessa hopped out. She had like a windbreaker and like some tights, and they was holding hands, and they was walking in the building. It wasn't that many people outside. I'm seeing Kobe pull up. I'm like, oh snap! Like Kobe just pulled up, and it just even the fact that he pulled up in the limo stunting, but then he grabbed her hand. He just sliding with Vanessa. I was like, yo, man, this dude different right here.
What year was this? Pre 81 points or post?
No, that was down. They had just got married. It was even like controversial.
Oh,
like
wow,
shit was
okay,
going crazy. They just got together.
Yeah.
So this is 2000.
Oh wow, okay.
I think Kobe was drafted like 98. I think it's his year in between his going to his second year, going to his third year. But he talked about visualization, and it was one of the most impactful speeches I ever heard, because I never heard a basketball player say that or talk about visualization or the ability to visualize or that people actually really did it. But also what they did is we had classes. We had like 2 or 3 classes we had to go to at the camp. And with one of the classes they talked about visualization earlier, and they also like talked about drinking water and a bunch of other stuff. But anyways, Kobe says this in the thing. I was like, dang. And he was just talking about practicing in his mind. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, dang, you practicing your mind? I'm just like, like, what? And somebody asked him if they could play against him or like, and Kobe was like, I've already beat you like 1,000 times in my mind. And I was like, is this guy serious? I was just looking like, is this guy serious? And he was dead serious. Like, that's what he was on.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
crazy.
real thing. I mean, this is what I do every morning when I lay down, or like if I have to create an art piece or a project for like 3 days, I walk around and then I'll sit and just like close my eyes, or like I'll go on a walk and like there's actually like studies, right? There's like they do it to athletes all the time where they like monitor their brain scans and have them visualize like already achieving the championship, and then the neurons and the heart rate that all like equates to that moment of achievement. So it's definitely real. um it's on a subconscious level. I think, like, personally, I think that's the one part I find difficult, is like they always say you have to know that you already have it, but it's like sometimes on a day to day when you got to pay that bill, it's like, yeah, you gotta pretend like you already have. Like, I want to have like a Gucci collab. I want to have a Louis collab. That's my ultimate. But it's like, oh, that Louis collab also comes with like a paycheck, right? Which that's not what the part I'm worried about. But it's like while you get to that visualization, like I've already visualized it. I've already, like, I see the whole campaign already, like for a few years. But until to that you get to that point, like, how do you let go of those struggles? That's like the
You
part I
just
have
do.
not.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you just do. Like it's like constant. It's like constant, active consciousness and practice until it's not, and then it's just like you in there. But obviously, certain things are gonna arise. But really having control over our perspective of it, our emotions over these different situations. You know what I mean? Clear thoughts of like execution and solutions. Like but yeah, it takes some practice, but some of us are more in tune than others, and
You're
swimming.
dropping mad game on me right now. I need a moment. Sheldon, one of my favorite things that you and I have in common, that why you're also a legend, is that you are a. First of all, I want to say thank you for rocking the gear today. Like, I didn't ask you. Like, I need to clarify to people
Why
that
would you have
like
to ask me?
this is not like at
It's
all.
not a
You're
publicity. It is
just
a
rocking
publicity
it.
stunt, but it's not. It's like a natural publicity stunt.
You're an avid like art lover. You understand art. Your mom is an artist and an art lover. Your son does art. Like, you're not only like an athlete and a legend, but like you are one of my collectors, friends, legends. Tell me about art, why you love art, your feeling of art, your experience of art, your connection to art, your connection to your mom, all of it.
Um, art is. I see art in like almost everything in life. Most of it, the natural world is created naturally, but whenever it comes to anything like, look, these buildings that I'm looking at, the art that's here, it's all architected and it's all created. You know what I mean? From the clothes that we're wearing, it's all manufactured by people. It's all like human creativity. So, in this sense, it's all art. You know what I mean? And then, but some of it just resonates with me more than others. And I've always loved it since I was a kid, and always like sought to like find like really dope art in just like all different types of spaces.
Definitely not the answer you gave me. Tell me about your mom's art.
My mom was an art collector. Growing up, she had different paintings and things like that. She had a few that I guess would probably be like some classic like paintings that you did.
Appreciate over
Yeah,
time.
for
She has some
sure.
valuable art.
She
We'll
told
say
me,
that.
yeah, she told me about a few things, but also my mom is like a legendary ceramics collector. So when it comes to like the figurines and all of that, yo, she's goated for real. She got so many different things from all over the world. Like it's crazy. She got probably like a 75 piece like Yadro collection. You
What
know
is
what
your
I'm
address again?
saying? Nah, chill out. Nah, she's goated. She over
When is
there.
she going out of town again?
She stayed in the gated community too, so it's cool. My mom definitely got her, security. She's good.
I love that. Your mom was like the person that like introduced you to art, and you did art yourself, no? Growing up, a little bit of art.
Yeah, for sure. I was in the drawing and coloring earlier, and then I still like color pencils. One of the things that I like to do from time to time is like I do like the little mantra pieces or whatever, and it's like fill them in. Or what, nah, I found that like pretty therapeutic and dope. Yeah, but going to galleries, seeing paintings, sculptures too, but like seeing paintings from all different types of life. I'm a big fan of street art, for sure. L.A. Art Walk, the different murals around Los Angeles, the different art shows, the presentation of the art shows in the lofts and the lobbies, at the different events, the venues, the galleries, all of that. Like LA is one of the most legendary art cities in the world. I don't care, hands down. I've been here for 17 years, and I put LA art up against anywhere in the world. So I love experiencing going around in different places and like rocking with with the art scene.
I love
And
that.
then with the art, you can, goes with entertainment. Art goes with movies, it goes with TV, it goes with music, it goes with, because it's ingrained in our life. You
Yeah,
know what I
for sure,
mean?
yeah.
Like, so it's like we constantly like looking to create, and yeah, and loving putting the different pieces and the elements together, and and we all have our own unique twists. Some are just better at it than others.
Oh, it's the creative brain. I feel like when you have a creative brain, you tap that into like everything you're doing and creatively. Well, love you, brother. Thank you for being here.
Okay, hold on before we do that. Talk to me about your art and your clothes, because I like the art and the clothes, and so tell me about the inspiration and some of
Ooh.
the things that we got going on.
I grew up with a creative mom, so I think that's like super important. Like having, I think Jeff the engineer also grew up with an amazing creative mom, but I met her and she's extremely creative now and she does ceramics. So like it just
Hmm.
got me emotional about all the moms and like like
Hmm.
I like more so like how blessed we are to like have had those opportunities in the Western culture. Obviously, I grew up overseas and didn't had a very different life prior moving to the States, but super grateful that like you had that experience with your mom. I know I've had it. I know Jeff has had it, and that like definitely like impacts like our lives today of just like going from like survival fear-based identity to like being able to be relaxed and tap into that creative part of our brain. So excited to hear that. But sorry about having a little girly moment. uh C1P is the spirit of my dog Copper, reincarnated in the physical world as a mushroom man. He was almost like the worst dog ever. He was a German short hair pointer. When I adopted him, I thought he was just some brittle mutt. Ended up being a hunting dog that almost like destroyed my life for about 10 years, destroyed all my furniture, but taught me about love, unconditional love, taught me how to like control my emotions and let go and not be angry. Um, I feel like also like having the childhood and the life I've had, like he taught me not to take anything seriously and like how important love is and letting go is. So when he transitioned onto the next dimension, which means he passed during COVID. I kept seeing this character in meditation and decided that I'm gonna just leave corporate, the company, and didn't want to be part of that world anymore. And just, I was like, even if I have just honestly, a joint in Venice Beach, like starving, I rather be doing what I love and helping animals and doing art than, like living that like rat race and stressed in an environment. And like during that time, NFTs happened and my life just changed, and here we are today, but it was truly like love of an animal, him changing my life, him teaching me. And yeah, yeah. I don't know how we got here where I started crying, but
Well,
thank you for that.
you remembering Copper.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Remembering
that's tight,
Copper.
and knowing more of the story behind it, and like the designs, and you killing it with the designs and the art.
Um, yeah, a little bit of art, a little bit of love, and this podcast is about like every person that I met because of him. So like because of that transition in my life, because of finding the courage to like stand on my own and go do what I love, regardless of like how struggle financially, and just taking that leap was how I met you, how I met Jeff, how I met so many of my collectors. And I want this podcast to be like an opportunity to teach everyone out there to like let go of their freebase identity. Like part of my life, I grew up in a refugee camp, and so like if I could tell anyone is like that was embedded in me as a child to be like in a fear space, but I want everyone to know. And like it's my story is like the same as similar to yours, because like all of our experiences is the same, because you also came from a town that like you chose to walk away from. So I see that as the same, it's like we're all individuals where we like chose to like walk away and do something for ourselves and let that fear go, regardless of where you come from. Like stop judging yourself, stop judging everyone around, go for it, do it. And you never know, like you may meet like an incredible athlete, a legend in
Okay.
the making, someone that's also a really good person. You may meet someone like Jeff, who's also like my muse, like an incredible human, like the smartest human. And so, yeah, C1P, you're a local legend. Welcome to our show and sending love out. Thank you for being here.
Cheers.